Hey, Steven with Horizon here. Let us go through the fabrication process and let's build our fuel cell car chassis today. So last time we left off on building a template. I have a couple different versions here. This is the standard one of where I like to start with. This is about, the materials that I'm using are about the same. Again, piece of cardboard, piece of poster board, whatever you can find works. Today I'm going to be using poster board, a little bit easier for me to work with. But let's get started. So again, I'm going to use the template here that we made last time. As you guys can see, I've already kind of pre-used this one a little bit just to test, but what I like to do is put some tape on it, and then I like to tape it down to the material we're using. So, just gonna fold that over gently, some tape, same with this side, fold this over gently. I need a little bit extra tape, but you don't have to go crazy with the tape. It's just to kind of hold it in place while you make your marks. Okay. Now that we are definitely on there, and I know for sure this won't move, you want to grab a pen, or you can use a pencil, you can use an X-Acto knife, anything to kind of pierce through the paper, and just that way we can transfer our marks onto our actual chassis material, whatever we're using. So very simply what I like to do is I just like to poke holes in corners, just kind of as a guide mark. So I'm outlining the actual chassis. Next, I'm going to outline the fuel cell mount that we created last time. Very low tech and simple way to mount the fuel cell, but it works pretty good. Next, I'm going to outline the gearbox mount. And I'm also going to make some marks here onto our material for the syringes that we're going to mount. So this is our syringe mounting system. I'll make a couple extra marks here for our fuel cell mounting system just to differentiate. And last but not least, we want to mount our check valves. So we got to make sure we transfer those as well. I like to put one in the middle to start with, and then I'll make a couple around the edges. The more you make, the easier it is, but do what works for you, as always. Okay. So from here, we're just going to remove our tape from the back. And you're going to have a bunch of marks on your material. See that overhead? So then I like to keep this one handy, just because it works, it still serves as a template, and it kind of helps you when you're connecting some of the dots here. So first thing again I like to do is just trace out the main part of the chassis. Markers work really well for this. I like permanent markers, but depending on your audience and who you're working with, you might want to get markers that wash off easy. You might want to use pencil, pen, whatever works. Modify this and make it work. There we go. Almost have the chassis outlined. So we're going to outline the chassis. And first part of our chassis outline. Now, I'm going to go to this next part rather quickly. But we're going to outline the fuel cell mount now. And just to keep going on that quick pace, since I have it vertically, I'm going to do some of the other mounts for the gearbox as well. Okay, now I'm going to do some of the horizontal lines. Okay, and from here we're basically done with the ruler. Now you can, if you want to, with the check valve mounts here, you can get like a protractor and compass if you want to get really exact with it, but I don't think it's necessary for what we're doing, so I just kind of trace it out with the pen here, and it works just fine. Doesn't have to be perfect, you're going to cut it out anyways, it's just a template. And then for here, just to give yourself a reminder, I like to put little marks just so I know that this is how I'm going to mount my syringes, and we will be using zip ties for this. So from here, you pretty much want to get your X-Acto knife or razor, or scissors or whatever you're using for the material, and you want to start to cut these components out. Now, I've already pre-done this, so I just got to make a few more cuts. As you can see, I've already kind of pre-cut the holes for our check valves, and I'm just going to cut out space here for our gearbox, and let's cut out the piece here for our fuel cell. Okay, and then these pieces here for the syringes. Now that you can kind of see that, you got the general idea. We have the shape of the car. We got our main mounts. We have our mounts for the check valves, the overflow valves. We have our mount for the fuel cell, and we have our mount for the gearbox. And then what we're going to do is something pretty simple, but it's very effective for these syringes. So from here, let's actually start the fabrication process, and let's put the components onto our chassis and make it a working fuel cell car. Okay, so there are a number of ways to do this now that you actually have the chassis basically assembled and together. But I have a way that I like to do it. It kind of just works nice and easy. For me this way, again, feel free to modify as you need it. So one of the first things that I always like to mount is the fuel cell system. Now, if you don't know how to put the fuel cell system together, we have another video. Go ahead and watch that so you can get yourself to this point. But we already have hydrogen and we have oxygen in our syringes, so this fuel cell is charged and ready to go. So I simply just take the fuel cell and I push it into the mount. And as you can see, it's in there it's pretty stable in there. It's a very simple way to mount it, but you're just using the shape of the fuel cell, and then if you can see the nuts and the bolts here on the sides are acting as stoppers, so it won't go all the way through, it won't fall through. It's pretty snug. From here, push in your check valves so they have a spot and they don't wiggle around. And then next, we are going to mount our actual hydrogen system. And this is pretty simple. We're basically just going to put a zip tie or tie wrap, whatever you call them, in here. Whoop. In one side and out the other. And then I like to go ahead and just get this pre-started a little bit. Your syringe should fit in there pretty nicely either way. So pre-start it, and then just tuck your syringe in. May not work from a little side thing, so there we go. This syringe is basically mounted. And then when you put this down, don't put it down, don't crank it super tight. But I do like to push these forward as much as possible, and I'll show you why in a minute. So get them down to where they're snug, they won't move. Perfect. Now let's get our next syringe. Let's use a red one for this one. Why not? Same idea. I'm going to push down from the top. And this side, for some reason, just likes to give me problems. But it's okay, we figured it out. So through the top, under and around, and up from the bottom. And let's put our syringe in here. Move it up as far as we can. And fit our zip tie here. And again, there's a number of ways you can mount the syringes here. This isn't the only way. This is just a real simple, easy way. A lot of ways to do it. Okay, so our fuel cell system is basically ready to go on our chassis. Now, what we have to do is add our gearbox, which I've already added the wheels to this. And pretty much all I did was just grab your X-Acto knife or whatever you have, you know, make a little pilot hole in there and just kind of place them on. I like to do this off of the chassis because sometimes you have to push kind of hard. So if you have the actual gearbox on the chassis first and then do it, you could break the chassis. So this is just a little tip to help. And then I just place my gearbox nice and easy in the little hole that we made for it. And it should fit just about perfect. Might take a little wiggle room. And if you have to get the X-Acto knife or your scissors and shave a little bit off to make sure it fits nice, then you go ahead and do that. It's not a big deal. And as you can see here, I kind of put a little bit of tape there. I'm going to get another piece here. And it doesn't have to be a whole big piece. It could just be just enough to keep it there and keep it snug so it doesn't push through. That can happen. As you can see right here, the weight of the fuel cell system, it's kind of pushing up on this. So I like to get that nice and snug there. Nice little piece of tape. Really push this through. There we go. Might have to move a couple things, but that's fine. No harm, no foul. Okay, now the way that I put the tape is actually going to get in the way of our little drive gear here, so I'm just going to cut a little spot for it. Just so it goes nice and easy. And our car is basically done at this point. The last thing you want to do, you don't have to, it'll work without it, but I like to put some front wheels on it. And again, I just use bottle caps, really simple stuff that I could find around. And push pins. You can use thumbtacks, you can use push pins, whatever you have. I like to use push pins because it's easier for me to grab and push through. So we will push it through there. Attach it to somewhere in the front. There's one side and it moves. And let's get our other push pin. Push it through the bottle cap. And if you're wondering, I have kind of pre-made the holes so that they fit and they do move. You don't want a super snug fit, then the wheels won't move and it makes it a little complicated. So from here, your fuel cell car is basically done now. The last thing you want to do is get your connectors, match black to black, match red to red, and be very gentle. You don't want to push too hard in your chassis because we are using a piece of foam board here, so it's not the most durable, but it'll hold up to what we're doing. And again, if you look on the motor, if you can see it in there, there's a little red mark on one side. Always remember red, red, black, black. In this case, there is no black. If you want, you can get a marker and mark it black, but red, as long as I have one marking, it's good enough. Makes it easy enough to tell. So put that down there and make sure your red is connected. Looks like our front wheel popped off, which can happen. It's okay. Just go ahead and pop that back on. And sometimes a little dab of glue on the front of the, right here, on the front of your push pin, little dab of glue, crazy glue or something, that can help those stay in there. But for what we're doing right now, it's fine. So push that in. And then the last thing, that's not wanting to hold. As you can see, we're moving. So this front wheel doesn't want to stay in too well. Let's just move it down a tad. Move this one to match. And from here, our fuel cell cars, whoa, it's moving. And they move pretty good. And now from here, you really want to take this thing outside. I find that it's pretty good if you use a piece of tape or a piece of chalk or something. And just mark out, about 10 meters, roughly. I like to use meters, international standard. But mark out about 10 meters and then mark every meter in between. So you have 1 meter for 10 meters long. And for there, just put the car down, have a start line, and just see how far it'll go. Now, if the car stops, which it will, because what's happening within the reaction, within the cell, it's reacting. You're creating water on the oxygen side. The hydrogen's going through, it's mixing with the oxygen. You're getting water. So all you have to do to keep it going is just kind of push your syringe in a little bit. You can do it on both sides, and sometimes you might have to move these pins if they're in the way, but that's fine. Push a little bit through, it'll go through your check valve. Now it's very important here for this part of it, don't push real hard. You could blow the seal on top of the cell. Something we'll go through in a troubleshooting video, but if you notice here, I'm just purging it slightly, getting a little bit more of the oxygen through, purging some of the water out that's building up. And then I'm gonna reattach this, and it keeps moving. You can do the same thing on the hydrogen side. Give it a little more hydrogen until it purges out, and this thing will go pretty far. I think you'll find that 10 meters is not too much to ask of this thing. As long as you got some good front axle pins in there, this thing will keep going pretty good, as you can see. And so with this in mind, I'm going to leave this here on our modified engine stand here with the tape. There's a lot of ways you can do this. You can do cardboard, as I've already pre-done here. If you have some manufacturing equipment, you can use a laser cutter. This is just out of masonites or clipboard material. Very simple. 3D printed. That's a good way to do it. This is ABS right here. We also have this one, which I made previously. This is one of the first designs we made. This is with PLA. Very simple. Basically, everyone has PLA. Basically, every printer can print with PLA. And kind of the same idea. I'm just going to connect it, and this one's going to go too. Same idea. Take this outside. See how far it'll go. It's a good way to get your students working on some mathematics, basic principles, but it's also pretty fun, and they actually get to build some stuff, which is my favorite. So here's your fuel cell car, 2 versions. And from here, go have fun. Thanks.